Hello and welcome everybody. Hello, good morning. How are you doing this day? Great to see you. We're happy you're here. Nice you could make it. Yes, on this Friday morning.
Rainy Friday morning.
Exactly. Yeah, so welcome. We're so happy you're here. And not everybody's here yet, so we're going to give them some time to enter our space. Yeah, welcome. Great, super. So let's start.
Let's start.
Yeah, let's start. We're so happy. Hi, I see Muriel, I see Bay, I see Indy. Hi.
Hello.
Nice to see you again. Yeah.
I think there was somebody else who wanted to join.
Yes, we are still waiting for one, but I've left the waiting room open so they can just enter.
Can just enter.
They can enter anytime.
Perfect. Okay. Then maybe we start by, if you could say hello in the chat, let us know where you're from. Are you all here from this area?
And I think good to know that we will communicate through chat today. And we would love to hear from you. And of course, also, Alsmeer. Oh, that's really close. And we're in Amsterdam at the moment. We're close to Metro Postjesweg. So we're really close. Yeah. And we would also love to know and hear from you, because we don't know you all, is whether you've already worked with plants or animals in any way. Right? So maybe you've been working with totem animals, or maybe you work in animals in the real life.
Or maybe you work with plant medicine, or you have a connection to trees, flowers.
Yeah. Maybe you're a tree
remedies.
Yeah. Like we are.
Yeah, especially you.
Yes. I'm a real tree hugger. And we also both drink a lot of teas, herbal teas. We make our own teas as well sometimes. Okay, great. Well, maybe just let's start by
introducing
ourselves. Oh, great, Indy. Totemdieren. Yeah, mainly via us. Yeah, in teas and herbal drinks. Yeah, great. Yeah, we know you do that.
Thanks for sharing anyway, Indy.
Yeah, and thanks. Super. So let's start. We are both spiritual healers. We are both spiritual guides, so to speak, and energy healers. And we've been
doing this since our childhood, basically.
Exactly. We didn't know we did that.
Yeah, only later in time people started giving names to what we were actually doing since childhood. So we can easily say that at least since our early 20s, we have a spiritual path and have a deep connection with nature as well.
Yeah.
And we discovered this as our common interest, our common passion to go out and enjoy nature. Once we met, I think that was 2018, 19. Yeah. So, and both of us were high sensitive, and we're intuitives, and we just pick up what's around us and feel everything, basically.
Yeah, everything.
Can be quite challenging at times, but it's a beautiful gift that we just need to learn to embrace.
Yeah, and we also we've learned how to work with it and how to make sure we don't absorb everything. But of course, now and then when we're tired, for example, it still happens. So we have to, it's part of us. Yep. It's a trait. It's actually a trait.
Yeah, we have to remind ourselves and to use our own medicine.
Yeah. Oh, great. Bay is answering. I like to be in nature, have different animals. Wow. What animals do you have? I'm really interested. And you're interested in totem animals,
Plant
plant medicine.
medicines.
I work as a facilitator for natural leadership. Wow,
Nice.
beautiful. Yeah, and you're a lot in nature. Yeah, great. Wonderful connection between natural leadership and nature, right? So this is so connected. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it's also something I see more and more coming up, like nature coaching and so forth. And I love that that starts to exist now.
So important. Yeah. You've got a dog, white shepherd. Wow. A cat and a horse. Wow.
A lot of nature connection and animal connection.
Super.
Beautiful.
Super. It's great to
Love
have you
that.
here. Super. Yeah, so that's for nature. That's also how we connected, right?
Yeah, and that's how we also at some point decided, well, we should do something with it. That's how Britta was born. Yeah, after kind of just exploring and letting things grow naturally.
We just went into nature and then it came up. So the funny thing is when we started working together, everything happened organically. That was really, really wonderful, like in nature. And now we work together under the name of Nathasja Britta, and we help others to connect with their own powers for their own well-being, but also for that of others.
And use nature especially to get there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe Britta, can you explain a little bit about who you are, because not everybody knows you?
Yeah, I'm 54 years old. I'm actually German, so you might hear that on my still existing accent. I've been in Amsterdam since 2002, and I have 2 children, 15 and 19 now, and I'm married to an American. And I started my spiritual path by really, when the first application I really started to learn was actually feng shui because I felt that there was a different vibe, a different energy in different rooms. And that then led to Chinese astrology. But then I missed that intuitive application. So I more and more started to explore with healing applications and shamanism. And I also recently found out that I'm actually a grid worker. So I obviously have maybe that's what I do when I sleep. Safeguard the grid of our planet. Yeah, so that's what I find out. So, and I've been told that I'm surrounded by a group of 24 light beings. I don't know their names,
it's quite busy
but I
here.
feel that I always feel their presence, and I work a lot with spirit animals. I connect energetically with animals. At home, we only have some rabbits. And I use plants more like for remedies. So I love making my own teas or have natural creams and stuff like that. So of course I hug trees once in a while too, but that's a special hug.
I'm the tree woman.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, so I'm 48. My name is Nathasja Britta, a Dutchie. And I have a husband here in Amsterdam, and my son is living with us as well, fortunately. He's almost 18. Time flies. And I'm an energy healer, a spiritual guide, and a high priestess of divine love, of unconditional love. And that's really what I'm here to bring. Remembering and reclaiming and rediscovering your own unconditional love inside. That's, I think, is such a big treasure. I'm very much connected to Mother Mary and to the Druid Merlin, like a masculine and feminine part of me. I also have a team, they're called the Shas. There are 8 at the moment, and I found out every time when they come in, or when I asked a new guy to come in, that their name starts with SH, so it's really funny. I'm like, So it was like it became a theme, like, okay, there's another, okay, that's the team, the Shas. There's nothing I can say about it. And I recently started working with sacred geometry. I have a grid around my body, and I can just pick the needed geometry out of the air and place it in somebody and activate it. And I work with energy, of course. Yeah, I think that's most of it. Yeah, of course. I almost forgot. I really love to hug trees, so I have a few trees I love, but one specifically, a chestnut, and I sit with it often, just for inspiration, to get back to who I truly am, my heart, and find answers, and also to release emotions that, of course, are part of life. Yeah. Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And let's see. Also, Muriel has also joined us. Thank you. Welcome, Muriel. Yeah. Super. And she was says that she works a lot in nature. We met her last week, indeed. Yeah. You work a lot with angels, guides, especially your grandma. Wow. And Merkaba. Oh, Merkaba is also so beautiful.
Yeah, Merkaba is really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we've got a lot in common, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super. So the first animal spirit that I'm consciously met, that I was really aware of, was actually the bear. I was in my shamanic course. Immediately the bear came in together with an old woman, and I thought, like, is that my grandmother? But I wasn't really sure. I was like, no, that's not my grandmother. So I figured only out years later that was actually my great grandmother, and she and the bear, or only the bear, they appear very often, and that's my go-to animal whenever I feel like I need courage, I need grounding, and I also need to find the balance of enjoying life, thinking of the honey that they love.
Yeah.
So that was my first animal
it's so
guide
powerful.
experience. Yeah,
it's so powerful. Yeah. Okay,
so
I think it's time to look at the plan for today.
Exactly. It was just,
let's check that out.
We prepared
just
a few slides, so we don't want to make that a presentation based event here, but a few slides help. So we want to talk quickly about what are actually the benefits of working with plant or animal guides. Then we take you on a shamanic journey. So that's the moment that you can take find a comfortable spot and close your eyes and just enjoy and see what comes up. Afterwards, we share, and due to our sharing, that's always a moment that we also find new inspiration and inspire others. That's why we find the sharing always so important. And that's the first time we do that via chat. Usually we have open microphones, but
and open video. But
yeah, so we didn't know how many people to expect.
Yeah, and also for the replay, that's better that people are not in, so we don't have any things and discussions going around.
Exactly.
Right? So, yeah.
So, and then we will talk about the options, how you can strengthen and deepen that kind of experience that we had today to continue working with nature, and with nature and with animals and plants. And we have a little bonus for you at the end.
Yeah. So
let's get started.
Let's get started. So let's talk about the benefits. Well, we would love to hear from you what you think are the benefits working with plant and animal guides. What you have noticed. We have put a few already here, but we would love to hear. Put it in the chat. What do you experience when you connect with the guides?
And in the meantime, we explain what we wrote down, what we found out for ourselves, and what we also got as feedback from people that we work with over the last few years.
And our own experience. Yeah.
So going out in nature and working with plant and animal spirits helps us to get answers to problems, or get guidance due to the aspects the plants and the animals represent, and therefore find solutions for our challenges and have it easier to make decisions.
And sometimes it's very difficult, especially when you're busy or your head is busy, or it's like a difficult situation to just, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's difficult to connect with your intuition.
Yeah, so it just gives you clarity to simply be in nature and make that connection and with the beauty that has to offer.
Yeah. And of course, that it has an effect on your well-being. And we have experienced it ourselves, but also people we've worked with, and also in our online program, Healing with Nature, the yearly course, that it really helped them to raise their prosperity. Yeah, their businesses were going better. And also they felt that their health was getting better.
Yeah, they had really, really obvious health improvements.
And it helped their spiritual growth and their personal growth. So it's such a big, big thing. And also, of course, healing and balance. I really experience more balance, not only just by being in nature, but also connecting through meditations or through drinking a specific herb. So that's really powerful. And of course, it also helps you to connect with yourself and to connect with your wisdom, to connect with your own intuition. And that raises your energy. Right?
Yeah. People say that they feel much more energetic when they take the time to go out in nature and make that connection, either with, looking at animals around them, just sitting on the park bench, for example, and see what's going on around me, the birds that in the trees, or the rabbits on the fields, and just kind of absorbing, and that way the whole system was calming down. I mean, there's also so much research nowadays already been done on the impact of nature on the physical, emotional, and the mental aspect. So it definitely helps to level out your energy and to raise your frequency. And once we have a high frequency, that's what we also, of course, attract other people that have a high frequency. So that brings in the prosperity and the personal growth and the right people along your path and the opportunities, and all of a sudden everything starts to fall into place and to flow much easier.
And also we have more direct access to our own joy, right? And also there's a lot of information also about what the effect of your pets are. Just being with pets, right? They also can help people with disabilities, for example, but also just being with them and in comfort, giving them a lot of comfort, that really changes their energy.
So if you have anything to add to that, what we just mentioned, you can just write it in the chat.
Yeah, we've got Muriel, I think, connection, guidance, grounding, definitely. Yeah, power, energy. Grounding is very much the case. Yeah.
I don't know, my chat is not
okay
working.
Well, I don't know. We'll find it here, so you can find everything here.
So I'm closing my window. Yes, I have followed here.
Yeah. Everything is said. Yeah.
Perfect.
Super.
We can move on.
We've got everything covered. Yeah, and also in the old days, right? In other cultures, like the Celtic culture, Nordic culture, but many, many other cultures, it was just normal. It was just a thing everybody did, connecting with nature and looking at nature. What is going on in nature? What are the signs? And also for their own healing. I mean, there weren't any medicine, like normal pills and everything, but they just took everything from nature.
Yeah, was a normal thing to do. They worshipped the animals and the plants for their powers, for their abilities, for their qualities and characteristics. And they also used animals, mostly animals, to represent their tribes. Whether it was the eagle, the Indian names, for example, white wolf, or
But you actually still see it. And I don't know if you know Siena, that's an Italian city, and they have all these parts of the city, and every city is represented by a certain animal.
Yeah.
Right. So it's still, and that's like a very old tradition.
Yeah.
And they use it for
also street names.
Yeah.
They have plants often are street names as well.
Yeah. So it's because we are nature, right? Yeah. And that is why we're also disconnected. Yes, Indy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We lost that. And it's so funny, I think, that when I started reading about a lot of things, I was like, oh, I thought I just discovered this, but this is such an ancient wisdom. And we're just remembering it as well. We also have this, right, you and me as well, but other people as well we speak with, is that suddenly you're like, I know something, but how can I know this?
Yeah.
right? And that's
Yeah.
just, we start to remember when we open up our intuition, we start to remember these old wisdoms, maybe that we got from other lives, but also that's in
It's in the air.
cosmos, in the air.
Yeah,
picking it
literally.
up. Okay,
Okay.
what we are curious about is whether you've got a very strong connection with a certain animal. Maybe it could be your pet, but maybe you've been connecting with a totem animal for such a long time, or maybe you have a special connection with a certain plant. Of course, it can be a lifetime
Dolphins.
companion. Woo! Eagle.
Also, my
Orangutan.
mine.
Wow.
Ah,
Cool. I haven't
wolf.
that one yet, Indy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. We just pulled a card before we got online to see what is our animal for today, and we got the giraffe.
It was so funny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Super. Yeah. And at the moment, I'm connecting a lot with the owl, I think, for most of it. And I've got my Black Panther here. It's like a cute, tiny one. That's been with me for a long time. And it really helps me to slow down, stay in my own energy, and feel my own boundaries, and being able to express them in a very flexible and nice way. Yeah. Oh yeah, the koala. Right. That was last time, Indy. That was also so wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we, of course, you can look him up, right? It just, you have your own relationship with them, and sometimes it's also nice to look them up.
Yeah. There's also totem animals that stay with you permanently, and others that come in as helpers. So you have maybe one permanent, maybe it's a group of permanent, and then changing animals that come in as helpers. And same basically with plants, if you feel a stronger connection with trees or flowers or something like that. So
Yeah.
shall we start our journey?
Yeah, I think it's time to start our journey. We've been talking a lot. Thank you so much for sharing. This is really so nice. It feels like we're in one room then. What we've done before this this gathering, we have made a sacred container. We have put our protectors around. We have our own protectors with us, but also our space that we are in today is protected. And what we're going to do in the meditation is also to invite you to invite in your own protectors and guides. I think that's really powerful, and also adds to the energy in our room, in our sacred space.
Yeah.
Right. So get really comfortable. You might want to get a blanket and have pen and paper next to you if you want to write some things down after the meditation. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. So we don't have any music because some people don't like that. We love to have the drum with us, or maybe some spiritual music, but we know that some people don't like have a sound and also have a voice talking. So we decided
to keep it quiet in the background.
Quiet. All right. So we're going to go into it. Let's see. We're going to share a beautiful picture so that when you are looking, you can see something that is,
calming
and nice and magical,
and takes you right where we're going.
Yeah.
Well, maybe your garden might look different.
Okay, so it's really comfortable. Just feel where you're sitting or lying. Maybe you want to lie down. Feel the chair, the couch, or the bed touching your body. And if you have your feet on the ground, put them a bit flat so you can ground that way. And then invite in your own guides of the highest light and your protectors to be with you now. And to cleanse your space, to protect you and be with you and guide you during this shamanic activation. And focus on your breath. And see how it moves your body. Feel your chest rising and falling. Maybe you want to sigh or take a deep breath in. And let go of the day, the morning, and everything that you had planned. What is important now is this moment, here, together in this sacred space. Connect to your hera point below your navel. Focus on a beautiful light inside. And just tell your body, hello, I'm here. We are one. And then from that space, that light, let some roots grow like a tree to ground yourself to the fullest potential for this journey. Ground your body, ground your whole energy, just by letting the roots grow through your legs into the ground, as wide and as deep as you need for this journey. And see them grow through the moisty ground, dark, full of nutrients, full of life and water. And let them grow deep and deep and deep. Don't be modest. There are many trees who have amazing big networks that grow 100 meters below. And then connect with the center of Mother Earth. And feel the energy there. For grounding, for support, for love. The vitalization that she offers to your body and your energy. And just absorb it, take it all in. As much as you need, she has unlimited energy for you. And she's happy that you're here. Wanting to nurture, nourish you. So take it in all the way up through your roots, into your body, and fill every cell of your body with it and all your energy fields. Let it go up all the way to your heart where you anchor it. And from this state of being grounded and being connected with your own body, being in the here and the now, let some roots grow to the left and the right to connect with the roots of everybody here present in our sacred space. Let them reach out to connect in a way that feels good for you. And also let them grow towards the others on the other side of the circle. To connect with them as well in a way that feels good for you. And notice how that feels, what happens to your body when you connect with the others in our circle. And also knowing that your guides of the highest light are around you as well. And now imagine that you're leaning a little forward. Your whole body is representing the stem of a tree. And leaning forward, your stems are crossing on the top. And they're building like a little roof, like a teepee. How does it feel to you to be connected that way with the entire group? And then imagine that your branches are reaching out all the way to the sky to build like a big umbrella on top of us, protecting us from rain, from too much sun, but also absorbing a lot of air and water to nurture us. And take all that energy into your body, to your every cell, and feel how your cells are happy, jumping of joy, smiling. And now imagine that your branches also grow sideways to the right and to the left, and they weave into each other, so that your tipi, our tipi, becomes a real nice tent. There's just enough air, there's just enough light, there's just enough protection, coziness. We're building this connection and support each other. And now imagine that you're standing inside this tipi, around a cracking fire. You see the flames, bright red and orange. You see the light sparkles. And when you look outside of the opening of the tipi, you see a path leading towards to a beautiful wall, ancient kind of wall, and you get curious and you're standing up to start your way into the garden. And you look towards your feet and you see that you have bare feet that touch the ground. And you feel the ground below you. Maybe it's sand, maybe it's grass, maybe it's earth. And you wiggle your toes to feel it, to connect with it completely. Indeed, you notice that your feet are on a path. And in the distance, you see this beautiful garden. You start walking towards it. And you deeply feel that you've been there before. That this is your safe space. This is your personal garden. And you look at the garden and you notice what it is like. The colors are, but it's maybe tropical. Maybe it's typically Dutch or English or anything else. Maybe it's really wild or cultivated. And maybe it's day, but it could also be night. Just look around you. And you look at the wall again. When you're close, you put your hands on the wall to feel the warmth of it, to feel the texture. What color does it have? What does it look like? And you're so happy to be back in your own personal garden. And you walk through the portal, the big opening in the wall. And as soon as you enter it, you want to grab the soil. You want to feel it and let it go through your fingers to touch it and feel its qualities. And then you notice the smell in the garden, this beautiful smell, maybe of fruits, of flowers, of leaves. And you're closing your eyes, you're enjoying it to the deepest. You're taking it in and filling yourself up with all these scents. And you notice the sounds of water, the birds, the wind through the leaves. And you open your eyes again, you look at the texture of the stones. You touch the stones. And whenever you touch a plant or a tree, you ask it for permission. And you feel already the textures, whether it's soft or maybe it's a little bit more harder. Maybe it has hairs. And you notice the colors and the forms all around you. And your heart is rejoicing. And then in the corner of your eye, you notice a beautiful plant or tree or herb or a bush. And it really is calling you. It's calling you to connect with it. So you walk towards it. Do you recognize this plant, tree, or bush? What does it look like? Look at the colors, the shape, the textures. Does it have flowers? Can you smell it? And then you sit down next to it to really connect with it. And you ask permission to connect closely to her energy. Just by asking, can we connect? Can I connect with you? And maybe you also want to touch it. Can I touch you? And you see your own energy around you, and you see the energy of the plant. You see them slowly connecting. And then maybe you also see it merging. And you can invite the energy of the plant to come into your energy, to enjoy it, to enjoy its healing capacities. What do you experience by connecting with this plant? What is happening in your body? What sensations do you feel? Maybe you feel emotions coming up or images. Breathe in and just trust the process. Breathe in and trust the process. And enjoy it to the fullest, this moment in time. And then ask the plant what important message she has for you at this moment in your life. What is important for you to know? Could be in words, could be in a message like a symbol or a color. Just let it happen and trust that if you have this intention to receive, it will happen. And then thank your tree or your plant for her healing, nourishing energy, her message. And then nurture it. Ask her what she needs from you. Maybe it's a bit of love, maybe it's some water or nutrients. Then just let it come up, whatever is coming up, and offer it to her. And thank it. Then you get up because you hear water nearby. And you get curious where that water is. And you start following its sound. And you follow down a path that leads you through some thick green space, like jungle-like. You need to make your path to get to the water. You even have to climb over some larger stones or even rocks. Just absorb what color they have, what shape they have. Are they sharp? Are they round? Are they warm? Are they cold? And then once you reach the top of them, you can get a glimpse of the landscape behind it.
And you can see that water that you've been hearing in your garden when you were at your plant. Might be just a little stream, or a big river, or the sea, or maybe it's a lake or a small pond. Just look around what kind of landscape it is. It might be completely different than the garden you've been in before. And maybe it's even in a completely different climate zone. And you make your way climbing down those rocks towards the water. And when your feet touch the ground, you absorb the different kind of texture compared to what you felt in the garden. It's a different kind of soil. You take a few steps closer to the water, just absorbing the sound of water, this calming effect it has. And look over the water and its beauty. You see all the reflections of the landscape, of the sky. And you feel the urge to put your feet into the water. Maybe you need to sit down on the edge so that your feet can reach in. Or maybe you can just walk right into it. And then you take a handful of water bending down to just refresh yourself with that beautiful fresh water. Just fresh enough. And then you see a reflection, seeing your own reflection. And you see how happy you are, how you're shining from the inside after meeting your plant animal, a plant guide. After receiving that beautiful message. And you wash your face with the water. And you see the ripple effect. And then you see another reflection. It's a reflection of an animal just appeared behind you to nurture itself also in this water. It feels friendly. It's not scared of you, and you're not scared of it either. It feels like a good friend. Somebody who came to be with you, to connect with you, to protect you, to guide you, to share its wisdom. Just make that connection, that friendly connection with this animal. Still, calm, quietly. And absorb how this animal, your animal guide, is connecting with you. Can you touch it? Or does it touch you? And maybe that animal also has a message for you. Maybe you get a word, or maybe it leaves you a piece of its own. Some hair, a feather, a shell. And you thank that animal for its appearance, for its connection, for its lovely connective energy, and for its message, for its gift for you. And then you see how this animal slowly turns around and disappears in the landscape. Or maybe it flies away. Or maybe it's diving away. And then you slowly get up from that water, stand back on your own 2 feet, and take a last look around and start your way back towards the stones, towards those rocks. And you make your way back, climbing over them until you come back to the garden. And you feel and see that the time has passed. Light has changed in that garden. And you take a last look towards the plant that you've connected with earlier. And you continue down the path that you came. You go back to the wall, back to that portal in that wall. Where you hold on to it and turn around. And with deep gratitude, you thank your personal garden for all the messages and for all the beautiful meetings you could have today there. For all the beautiful signs and symbols and messages that you were able to receive. And with gratitude, you step through that wall, fulfilled, content, heart filled with love and light. You are stepping back into the tipi, where you still hear the fire cracking, with its sparkles flying up in the air, creating that magic. And in this teepee, it's now time for your tree to untwine the branches. So you thank the other trees, the other participants in this circle for that connection. You slowly move your branches towards the sky. The branches that reach out to source energy. And now face the sun with the moon and the stars. And you shake your leaves a bit. And then you also disconnect the roots of your tree from the other roots.
And let them grow another way, maybe deeper into the ground. And now you're back in your own energy. Take a few deep breaths in. Take a few deep breaths in. And get back into your body in the here and the now. Take a few deep breaths more to your belly. And start to wiggle your toes a bit. And also your fingers and your hands.
Once you feel ready, you can open your eyes, slowly come back, and take a few minutes to maybe write down what you've experienced in the garden for yourself.
Maybe you want to take a sip of your tea or some water, or eat something to really ground in the here and the now after this beautiful journey inside. And just stretch your body, just follow the instincts of your body, whatever it wants to move and whatever it wants to do. And welcome back on the 31st of March 2023, almost 11 o'clock. Welcome back. I'm going to give you some more time to write down or just to get back into your body. And if you're already ready doing that, then just maybe you want to share with us in the chat anything that you noticed. Maybe your message you got, the plant and the animal you saw.
What effect or insight that gave you. And most importantly, how you feel now. My scarf. Okay, go.
Okay, Indy is sharing already that she saw a big pink flower.
Maybe hibiscus?
And a stockstarch, and I actually don't know the English word for that. Do you know that?
A stockstarch, yeah.
Yeah, those are the animals that stand on their tail. I don't know what it's called in English. Stockstarch, interesting. They're really interesting animals, by the way. You haven't had that before, right, Indy? That's really amazing.
I look it up what it means.
Yeah.
Dutch, English. Meerkat.
A meerkat. Okay.
Meerkat.
Meerkat. Wow. Yeah, it's new, right? Exactly. You haven't had that before. Also curious, Muriel and Bay, how you are doing at the moment and how you're feeling at the moment. Maybe one of them fell asleep. That's also possible. That happens a lot with our meditations. So people fall asleep, which is great because then that is exactly what you need at that moment. The flower is more big, like mega. Rhododendron. Oh yeah. Okay, so it was more like a whole bush, right, with flowers.
Or maybe it was a. I think it was the hibiscus. Maybe that's what comes up for me when you talk about a big pink plant.
Well, maybe we can look that up and see whether that's something that is maybe it's not an actual plant, right? That's also possible. Not asleep. Oh, wow.
Full of Dutch and tropical flowers.
Wow. A wild garden, beautiful. Oh, big oak tree. Basil, big oak tree.
I'm seeing it in my chat.
It feels very powerful when you talk about a big oak tree. Very grounded. Is that the case? Does it feel for you as well? What kind of feeling did it give you? What kind of energy did it radiate?
Well, the oak tree is actually one of the trees from the Celtic, from the Ogham calendar. And it represents this deep wisdom.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Felt I had a very expanded root web. Yeah.
It's very powerful, very
very nice tree.
Yeah. And Muriel, did you also see an animal? And we're also very curious about the messages. If you want to share that, I know it's very personal, but if you can share it, that's really amazing. A gangam tree. I know the name, Muriel, but I haven't seen it. We're going to look that up as well to see what it looks like. So what kind of messages did you get? Or insights, or maybe just a feeling?
I don't know if I pronounce it well. Gangam tree.
I have no idea, Muriel. Well, we have the computer to also pronounce it for us. Yeah. Oh, it's wow.
Oh yeah, it's really tropical. Looks a bit like a eucalyptus, right? Yeah. Well, we'll summarize this later for you also, what kind of trees came up.
You said, Bay, that there was no message, there was really stillness. What would that mean? Or maybe that's actually really what you need. The stillness. That could be the message. Maybe checking in. Yeah, that what comes up for me. Maybe you also have something, but I feel that the stillness for you is so important, because then you can connect with the magic, you can connect with your intuition and the wisdom around you. That's maybe you have an extra thing.
Yeah, for what comes up for me hearing this is like you have everything in you already. Just to use the stillness to tap into your own inner wisdom. You know everything, you have everything. There's nothing else to add or to
outside of you.
There's nothing that you need from the outside world right now to guide you into your direction. So I think it's actually rather beautiful to just have that stillness and enjoy that garden.
Yeah. Does it resonate with you? Know what we're saying? Okay. Does it resonate with you? We're curious, because it's what we feel, but it's most important what you feel. When it resonates. Indeed. That's really the meerkat energy. Go, 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 have fun, do what you want. Exactly. That's very much like a very busy animal, right?
Yeah, and swing from one tree to another.
Yeah. And Maria, messages just keep connecting. Wow.
Holy tree in Suriname.
Wow. Well, I'm very curious. We have also some Suriname friends. We're going to definitely connect with them and find out what they know about it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I tend to grab more new info, but know deep down and hear from others that there is enough in me.
Yeah, exactly. And the stillness is your way in to connect with that wisdom. It's so powerful. And I'm always amazed by how simple these messages are, but how impactful they can be.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, stillness, right? But it's so important. These things look quite simple. They're so important.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
Great, Bay.
Yeah, we're glad that resonates with you too.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the gangam tree, I'm very curious, Maria. We're going to look it up for sure. And next time we see each other, we're going to talk about it. We're going to exchange this. Wonderful. Wow.
Yeah.
Mm. And I don't know whether you noticed it. I'm very curious what happened to you, but when we connected our roots with each other, it was very powerful. Did you notice it, Britta?
Yeah, it was powerful, but it was also very respectful and warm, and yeah, I felt just this loving energy, exactly, an exchange of loving energy. It was really, I thought, to me, it felt really nice, comforting and supporting. It felt warm, connecting our roots. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me too. There was like this beautiful, like spring water bubbling up. That's how it felt for me, and warm and loving. It was really nice. So thank you so much all for being here, for not only taking the time for yourself to be in this stillness and to be in this space together, and to take the time to connect with your guides, but also sharing your energy with us. It's wonderful. It feels really good to be with you all. And yes, we're also looking forward to it. So next week we're not there. We are there on the yes, next week we'll be there.
Next week we will be there.
Yeah, in the Roos in Vondelpark.
Yeah.
Maybe Bay, if you can join as well. It's very nice to just meet up in the flesh. We're there every second and fourth Friday of the month.
Yeah.
And we sit there to give walking consultations with our shamanic systemic healings. And we would love to have a chat with you, just connect and meet up. Yeah, it starts from 2 to 5. 2 to 5. Yeah.
Exactly.
And Good Friday, or it's like white, I don't know what you call it in English. Goede Vrijdag, we're going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Dutchies don't have a bank holiday like others do.
No. Always want to work. Okay. Yeah, it's from 2 o'clock. You don't know either. Okay, cool. So, well, I think you've enjoyed it, and I definitely enjoyed it being inside this space with you as well, and traveling together, journeying together.
Yeah. So, but I was actually quite nice that Bay shared already that she didn't have an animal or a plant really showing up for her, which was obviously at this point not needed. But what can also happen is that sometimes you get connection with an animal or a plant, or you feel like, what? A frog? What am I supposed to do with a frog? Or a bee, yeah, or a spider, so animals that we might not experience as so pleasant, or a snake. A lot of people have phobia about snakes as well. So, whether if you have an experience like that, just stay open to it, because also the small animals and the ones that don't have the pleasant appearance, like a nice cat or a dog or a horse or a wolf, they have also very specific powers that can be really useful. And also these tiny insects, they hold so much wisdom.
The creepy crawlers.
And they hold also so much wisdom and energy that we can make use of. So by just working with their characteristics and with their energy, that just stay open. Don't say, oh, this was not so nice, so it's a bad sign. Absolutely not. That's all I wanted to add on that part.
And I've had those situations, and I noticed every time that I did connect with them, I noticed that some part of the animal triggered me.
Yeah.
Right. So I have been connected with the bear as well, and the first was like, well, that's just sitting around and just doing nothing, and it's exactly what I needed. So at the moment you think like you have to do, and I was avoiding to just sit down and relax, and that was exactly what I needed. So it's very interesting.
Yeah.
To check it out. Yeah.
So, and how you can Google for it, for example, look up on internet spiritual meaning of this and this, and then you find a bunch of websites where you can read up stuff, and then they will have some other information, sometimes a bit contradicting. So pick up what resonates with you at that point of time when you read it. But most importantly, just think about, envisioning that animal. What's the first thing that comes up for you? What's the first characteristic? What's the first thing that you know about how they live? And how, fox. I'm saying fox. What do you think of the fox? Immediately everybody thinks trickery, right? So,
but maybe you have a different connotation.
But maybe you have a different connection to it, a different association, that's the word I'm looking for, then that's what's important for you right now.
Yeah, so trust, and that's your intuition talking,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
And what I love to do is when I have the picture of an animal, for example, I just put it on my phone. So every time I open it, I see it. You can really just remind yourself, or put a picture somewhere where you look at it a lot.
Yeah.
Right? Because
yeah, that's why I personally like, for example, those animal card decks, so I can just then pick a card and put it on my altar for some time. So for example, sometime I had the bee, then I just put it out on my, for a few days to be connected with it.
Yeah, so that's a way how you can deepen the connection and strengthen it even more by keeping on feeding you with it. And at a certain time, you will probably feel, okay, it's not necessary anymore.
Yeah, that's
It's time
done.
for something.
It's done.
Yeah. And we also have noticed how important it is to work with these animals and plants. And we came across, a long time ago, we came across beautiful Celtic wisdom, nature. And we noticed that there are animal plants and guides for every month. So that's what we really loved. And we started to connect with them every month with a specific plant and animal. And Indy knows this. And
we have tried this in actually an annual program last year. And we prepared just a few slides for you because we're so excited about it that we would really love to introduce this to you too. So we have created an annual or a one-year course, and every month we have a video where we first of all talk about what's happening in with this symbolism of nature, because there's no better blueprint than nature, right?
exactly. That's because we are nature.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
this was a beautiful
this was basically a summary from our last shamanic journey we gave earlier this week. So we put a
you made an image.
I'm missing my words.
Doesn't matter. It's time for coffee, I think. Yeah.
So this is what came up with the last session.
Beautiful. Okay.
And
stopping now. I'm just gonna stop sharing for a second, see what's going on. But anyway.
Something's not working.
We'll get to it. Sometimes you have this stuff.
It's somehow jumped into a different place, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry for that. Maybe it's
so we want
is
to
it Mercury? Mercury retrograde.
Well, it also said that it was just a weak connection at that very moment.
Okay.
And then I think it jumped over. Okay. So so working with nature and working with people in our practices, what we come across is that these are basically the issues that our clients and the people that joined our program last year when we just developed it and kind of tested it. That's what people, the challenges our participants were facing. They were emotionally overwhelmed. They experienced tiredness and exhaustion on physical and mental level. And a lot of them said that, they feel everything from everybody and taking over tasks and responsibilities for others because, basically they cannot say no.
And they feel everything. So they feel they know what's going on and they know how to solve it, right?
Yeah. So, and that of course is then what creates this overwhelm and this tiredness, because it's not, then you're not staying in your own energy. You feel, everything comes in and it gets just this big mess.
And it's not like they're like this all the time, but these are the moments that they reach out and say,
Yeah.
And of course we have this ourselves, right? We also feel sometimes feel that we're tired, or we just took a little bit too much responsibility on our shoulders. And we also need a connection with our intuition. Sometimes when you're tired, it just doesn't feel the same, right?
Yeah.
So, and what always helped us, but when we connected together, when we met each other, we just really realized that. And when we connected to the Celtic wisdom, how they connect with nature, how they do it, then we find out these are the things that are all themes that were coming up for ourselves in our lives. And also this is all put in the Healing with Nature course, because these are the things that we felt were very important.
These are basically the topics of the month. So the aspects that nature is mirroring us. So finding balance between what we need, but what we need to give as well. So about give and take. Being able to say no has to do with healthy boundaries. Good relationships have to do with healthy boundaries. And that's what we see also in the gardens. You have plants that overgrow others, ivy. And others that stay nicely in their place. So, we can really translate what we see out there in nature into how we behave, how we feel, how we experience our own life.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a mirror. And these are also the things that people have really worked with and grow in, right? They grew in this specific areas. And this is what the participants said, amongst other stuff, but mainly like rebalancing, discovering your own cycles, your own seasons. Sometimes it's winter, but you feel like you're in spring, or sometimes it's spring, but you still feel like you're in hibernation. I think a lot of people have that at the moment. They're in between the two seasons. It can be, and that's why a lot of people are probably also tired. It really increased their intuition. Their well-being, prosperity is raised tremendously.
Yeah, we heard about people saying that they feel so much more joyful, and they shared a lot of photos with us, which were really kind of really big, almost magic nature photos with light effects and sun and raindrops, and that really created also, or boosted their own creativity, and therefore they found better solutions to their problems, better business decisions, and so forth.
I also think it's this program is really about the Celtic and the Nordic cultures, the ancient cultures, and I think that's important because we live here at this moment, so we connect with through the grounds. We also connect with this. Just a few testimonies to let you know what people feel, how they feel about this. We're not going to read them. Just you can find them on our website as well. Just you can read about a few things. For example, we have a group in Telegram where we connect. That's really powerful. It gives them more permission, and it just invites you to go out and look for a certain tree or look for a certain animal. And it, like the other woman said, it is really helpful for her business. It really helped her to get more energy and get more inspiration. So here you see what is included in the basic program. So we have monthly energy updates where we talk about the themes and the energy. We have the healing and alignment tool to work with the energy and the themes. For example, boundaries, values, right?
Yeah.
And then you also, every month you have a plant and a totem animal. And including some exercises. So you see what their characteristics are, so you can connect with it. And then we have an envisioning year guide. And that's a year guide you can start using anytime. It's a really nourishing and rich manual, so to speak.
Yeah.
With all kind of also practical exercises, and really have a soul inquiry. It's beautiful to do that every year, by the way. You can reuse it every time.
Yeah, every time that you feel like you're getting into your new cycle.
Yeah.
A new phase, a new period. So
and you can check in with all the different areas of your life and see what's really important for you.
Yeah.
And there's also a visualization connected to it. So you can use that as well. You will have of course, the online course platform where there's all the content. You can do it in your own way, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, no need to do it all. Just, we offer it, and you can, even if you skip an exercise, or you skip a month, or you just do one out of the things that is in the month, it's what you can do. It's on your own pace.
And you don't, I mean, it's for the month, but still you feel sometimes that some themes keep on playing up, they invite you back to it, so you can go back. Of course, we have this our Nabrita circle. Well, the warmth that you have felt here is actually the warmth we feel with our people. It's really amazing. We are so grateful and so thankful. And the connection with the others, and to share and to inspire each other, is really amazing. And we share our love with everything that we do, right? The grounding. We are very grounded and spiritual at the same time, very practical as well.
And we like to have fun.
Yeah, especially. And we believe in that everything can be light. Healing can be light. Life can be light. And still the healing can be very profound.
Yeah.
And deep. So that's what we believe in.
And that's why we also use this for our
the medicine wheel.
Yeah.
Okay, so more testimonials. I think I'm going to go click through because it's too much information.
Yeah.
You can find
on the website. There's also a nice video.
Yeah. So let's get down to the practical part, the numbers.
The numbers, yeah, unfortunately. Okay,
we have part of it.
It's part of it, yeah. So we have decided to offer 3 packages. So the first one is called Jaspis. That's a basic package where you have access to the course in that online platform, and that is valued as roughly €100 a month, because it really includes real coaching tools and so forth. So we offer that for an annual rate of €180. Now that we have it in the second year now. So, and then we have an upgrade option, which is a quartz package, which is based on Jaspis. And on top of that, we include 4 live group coaching sessions. So we go online for 90 minutes, and it's a group coaching and healing session. So we see what's playing out at that point of time, and then we provide support and healing, whether it's a meditation or online healing with the wheel. So we see what's playing out at that moment. So that is a package price of $380 for the year. And then we have an upgrade on top of that, which is, we call it the Amethyst package. So you get the basic package, which includes 2 bonuses I forgot to mention. So, but on top of that, you get, so the Jaspis package, you get the 4 live guidance group coaching sessions online, plus you get an additional 2 bonuses and a personal call to see where you're at, what you need, so that we can then add the 2 shamanic systemic healings, which are with a medicine wheel, really for your personal needs. So these are 2-hour sessions, which we can conduct either online or, if you're in the neighborhood, live.
Yeah, and that would be easy because he's also here, and India is also not so far away.
So but it doesn't, in terms of effect, it doesn't make a difference. We've done both, and it both works perfectly like a charm.
Yeah, because of course, energy. You all know what energy is like. Yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't matter whether it's distance or not.
And the Amethyst package is a price of $780 for the year. The shamanic systemic healing alone is almost it's €280 if you buy that separately. So
yeah, one is 380. So if you have 2, you already have a big load of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really beautiful. We work with the 5 energy bodies as a basis, and it's again a very light healing. It's the systemic constellation work is more about looking at the entanglement. Maybe you're familiar with it. And in shamanic systemic healing, it's more a shamanic approach. in which we do the same. What we work with healers, we bring in everything that helps you, and we confirm and strengthen everything that is already inside of you. Yeah. So we bring in the guides, but we also activate everything inside of you that will help you to heal.
Yeah. And there we bring also in animal spirits, or we can also bring in the plant spirits. So that is.
Yeah, and sometimes additional guides come in just because we love to work with what happens. We work intuitively, so we work with what is
showing up at the moment.
Showing up at the moment, what is alive in you and what is needed for you.
So it can be used for healing the 5 bodies. But we see that's why we have a personal call beforehand. We see what is needed.
Yeah.
So we could be also
could
be ancestral work if that is what is needed at this point in time.
Exactly.
So, but that's not all. Because you're here today and you spend all this time with us, we give you a beautiful discount of 25%. And you see the prices are coming down to 135, 285, or 585.
Yeah. So if that is interesting for you, you have to, of course, you need this. Oh, there we go again. Beautiful picture. So you can find more information here in our shop. You can find all the packages here.
You can type that maybe in the.
Yeah, you can type it in the chat. Here you go.
I don't know.
Go ahead, darling.
My chat is not working for whatever reason.
And then you can also, and you can use this code. Yeah, magic 25 with a capital M. But you can also go to our Healing with Nature course page if you want to look more into detail what's in the packages. And of course, you're always welcome to connect with us. You've got our email address. In our emails, you can also find our telephone numbers. So just connect with us any way you want. And if you want to have a payment installment, we're fine with it.
Yeah, just send us an email and then we'll figure out
something that suits your situation.
That suits both of us. So
yeah, exactly. And it's going to be for 2 days. So it ends on, let me check, Sunday evening. That's going to be the last moment. I'm going to send you a few emails so you can also read through that. And there's a beautiful testimony of Marie-Louise. Yeah, that's it. So we're curious how you're doing now and whether you have any questions for us. Maybe about the journey, maybe about this. And we really want to tell you we're almost done. We're quite nice into time.
Yeah.
No, please beware. You probably noticed, but I'm just still going to repeat this, is you're more open at the moment. So take care of yourself. Drink a lot of water, right?
Or herbal tea.
Connect with a beautiful herbal tea. Maybe you want to go out into nature. You've got your beautiful animals around you. Connect with them. And also check whether you're really grounded, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to eat something also.
Yeah,
it's almost lunchtime anyway.
Yeah, we hear a lot of people saying that they're really tired and exhausted at the moment. So grounding is important and good nourishment. And after this journey, definitely try to take some time for yourself still.
And also know that this healing has started this way. This is actually real healing. And it might be that you will get more guides in, you get more insights, more things happen, right? So, and of course, we would love to hear from you about this. We will also send you the link to our Nathasja circle if you haven't, maybe you would like to join us there. So you can also share stuff there and hear how others experienced their day in nature or the Healing with Nature course, or maybe just one of the meditations, or maybe something else they did. Yeah, it's beautiful to share there. And we would love to have you there, babe, because I think you've got a beautiful program. You've got a beautiful energy. So I think you will really match. We hope you will join us. And Indy is already there.
Okay, we leave it at that.
Yes.
We wish you a beautiful rest of the day, a beautiful weekend.
It's clearing up a bit here. in
And
Amsterdam.
feel free to reach out when you have questions. And we hope to see you in person soon again.
Yeah, maybe in the Rose. And India, I'm going to see you soon, right?
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day. Yes, we're leaving you. Bye. Sending you love and
Bye.
lights.